the Cricut Design Studio, you can change this scrambled mess to this. It's easy. Let me show you how it's done. We're going to start up in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. And we're going to select the cartridge that we're going to use. In this case, we're going to use a font, and we're going to use Plain Schoolbook. So you double-click it, and it'll bring up the one that you're looking for. Next, you're going to come up here under View, and you're going to select Mat Size. In this case, we are using the 12 by 12 mat. The smaller machine, of course, you'd use the 12 by 6, or you can select the 24 by 12 with the expression. But if you do that, remember that before you cut, when you put your mat in the machine, then you need to select mat size on the machine and select 24. If you don't, it's only going to cut in the 12 by 12 format, and you'll be frustrated by this. Now, here in the center, we are going to change our font size. And down here underneath the keypad, you'll see a slider bar that indicates size. We are going to select a 2-inch font and make it large enough that you can see it here. It's on 1 inch. I'm going to click on the right-hand side. There we've got 1 1/8, 1 3/8. Sometimes you have to adjust. There's 2 inches. Don't try to drag the pointer back and forth. It's too hard. Just click on the line, on the ruler line on the right or the left of the pointer, and that will help you to get where you want to be more easily. Now we're going to come over to the right-hand side, and you're going to notice the nudge buttons here. And we're going to be using those in a moment. And then down below, I want you to notice the welding button. Those are going to be very important in just a few moments. Now, we're going to type the word thanks. You'll notice that there's a shift lock on the keypad here, and you must use the one on the computer screen. It won't work if you do it on your keypad. So now we've got the shift lock on. There is the T. Now we're going to take the shift lock off, and we can type the rest on the keyboard if you want to on your computer. H-A-N-K-S. If you notice the last letter, the S, is dotted. This means that it's the active letter, and it's the one that we're going to move over. And now you come back over here to the right-hand side on the nudge buttons, and we're going to move that over until we get a good overlap on that K. Now, we're going to come down below the nudge onto that welding button I showed you earlier, and make sure that that box is checked. Now come over and click on the K, and we're going to move it over. Now, it's important to know that when you click on that letter to get the dotted line so you can move it, you must click on the outline of the letter. If you click in the middle of it, you're not going to get that dotted line. So always click on that outline. Okay, now we're moving the A over. One more letter, and we're done. There's the H. Now, we've got everything overlapped. We're going to come down here where we have the View button right here, and we're going to click on that, and it's going to show us the overlap on these letters. If you have a nice, solid, dark line around all the letters, you know that everything's welded. If you have a letter that is highlighted or the whole thing is filled in with a color, then that particular letter did not get welded. So check that and make sure. Now we can hit Control L, and it will take that outline off. And now we're ready to cut. We're going to cut this from the Design Studio. Just below the View button here, you'll notice that there's a pair of scissors. And when you click on that one, then that sends that to the Cricut machine to cut. The only thing that you have to do on the machine, you load it, you hit the load button, and if you're using a 12 by 24 format, then you make sure that you change that to a 24 on the mat size. But aside from that, you just click it in and hit the pair of scissors there, the cut button, and the rest is history. Happy cutting!